was a game spitter. Y'all subscribe, like, share the video. They just hit Mr. Race with his second stiff sentence. We all know on the first one, they DDT'd that man. Yeah, they choke slammed that man. Kane, Big Show. Yeah, they balls of Jericho that man. They Kurt Angle locked that man with 55 years. Something he can't handle. He can't handle no 55 all. Like, yeah, he 20-some years old. He ain't experienced like that. And then, Tay K, he caught another hat. So he went down there to Texas where the law is even more stiffer and caught another one. And they found him guilty on that. And now they didn't pedigree that man, Triple H. They done rock bottom that man. They didn't Stone Cold Stern that man. Then after that, they picked him up and tombstone that man, Undertaker that guy, with an 80 ball. They gave that man 80 years. Now, the only thing they did look out on Tay K with was they didn't stack the time on top of each other. So they ain't stacked the 80, they ain't stacked the 55 years on top of the 80. So that's about the only good news. Other than that, man, they RIP that man. Ain't no way he gonna survive this sentence right here. But unless some major laws change and he go through with it and the court, you know, cut his time in half, ain't no way he gonna come out of jail alive. Ain't no way he gonna survive this sentence right here. With all the bad food, the processed foods, all the bullshit, sugar, bad kidneys, diabetes he probably get, picking up drug habits, let alone getting stabbed by another inmate, he don't make it from that, or getting beat to death and he don't make it from that. Yeah, shit like that. Let alone from that, or getting deleted by a police officer and from them whooping them or whatever. You got that. His health conditions after like 10, 15, 20 years of eating that bullshit. Yeah. Ain't no telling what type of system, like what family system he got. Mama wasn't shit all his life. Daddy wasn't there for him all his life. Even CPS shit, that wasn't even no good for him. So ain't no telling if he got a real strong family base that's going to stick with him for 80 years, 20, 30, 40 years. The fans, they ain't going to do it. The only time they talk about Tay K is this trial. You take the trial away, we don't talk about Tay K. Especially 10, 15, 20 years down the line. So, yeah, like, he had to be on his own. I know the judge telling him, yeah, I understand you got to join gangs for protection and all of that. That's probably the right he going to have to go if he ain't already down with some shit, man. That's probably the right he going to have to go, man, because he got the fame and money too early, and he wasn't healed yet. He was just a hothead, no guidance. He got all that attention, all that money, or whatever I don't know if he had a lot of money at the time, but he got all that fame. He had a couple big records, took off, and he felt untouchable. Ain't never had no guidance, no OGs, none of that. So he wilding out on the wrong people. Like, yeah, he was catching hats, but them hats don't count. They don't mean nothing. The dudes that you deleted, you got law-abiding citizens that you deleted. So it means something to Satan, though. Yeah, it means something to Satan. You did a good job for us, like in Satan's eyes, because you deleted somebody that was good. You know, that wasn't part of the streets. So the hats that you caught really didn't match your raps. It didn't match your raps. You was down to crush anything in your way. Any little problem you came across, you was too trigger happy. Then you having so many people with you when you do shit. Like, you were cut up in front of everybody. Your partners, your girl. Yeah, like you just a hothead. You know, like, in the hats y'all caught, it wasn't even necessary. Y'all could have robbed old dude and he had to catch the hat. Y'all could have just whooped him and caught a simple assault charge. You'd have been already home. Let's say you went to prison on that. You already be home. This shit happened in 2017. You already be home. But yeah, man, y'all had to pull that trigger. Y'all had to take it to the max. Y'all had to use deadly force. Well, y'all could have just slapped dude with the pistol. Same thing when you went down there to Texas. Like, y'all ain't had to do all that stuff. Y'all ain't had to do that, but I don't know if you were trying to just run your hats up, as much as you can. I don't know, like if you just, I don't know what you was thinking, but you wasted your hats on people that didn't deserve to get deleted. So in the court eyes, it's looking like it was senseless, like it wasn't for no reason. You were just bloodthirsty. It ain't like it's no story where these dudes, they kill some of your people and y'all retaliate. They can understand that. They can understand, okay, Crips come delete some blood because some bloods had deleted these Crips. I ain't gonna say they're gonna make it justified, but they gonna understand it way more. They ain't gonna say it's senseless. He robbed you, you go back and gun him down. They wouldn't say that since they'll understand that. I ain't gonna say they'll say it's justified, but it's more understandable. Like, okay, he robbed him, he came back. He still put the law in his own hands, but that's more understandable. He did something to him. But with these two guys, these two victims, you can just look at their face. They face make the court want to give you 80 years, a life sentence, 50 years. It looks so innocent. Yeah, man, you felt like it was necessary to drop your nuts on them. So the courts, the prosecutors, everybody, they felt like they in the right to drop their nuts on you. And they gave you so much time that you can't handle. Because ain't no way you're going to handle no 80 ball. You already in your 20s. You got to be 68, 70. I don't think you didn't even make it to the parole to get the parole. Unless some laws change, and all this bad food, if they do let you out, they know you ain't going to last number 5 to 10 years on the street. Cholesterol going to be through the roof. Blood pressure going to be too high. You're going to be on 1,000 different pills. Man, your body going to just start breaking down like a fucked up car. You're going to need your oil change every month. I'm telling you, man. So, man, they should have just gave you an L. Now, they still gave you some hope, but, man, ain't no telling. You probably going to get more time added on that because you're going to be wilding. Probably a stab an inmate or do whatever. Catch more charges, add more time. Do something to a staff member, they add more time. Because why would you take 80 years, they ain't going to be a good inmate? Why would you do that? Like, I ain't going to prison to be no good inmate. I can see if I'm getting 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. You got way more hope. But they gave you an 80 ball. They must really think that you're a time machine or something, Tay K. And only thing everybody gonna remember you for is you had that song, The Race, and you got 80 years. That's it. They already don't talk about you now. Because there's so many other young niggas that's just like you. So your story not gonna stand out as much. Even if they was to do a movie on you, a documentary on you, it ain't gonna, like. So yeah, man, you wasted your whole situation, man. Right now you supposed to be eating steak, lobster, having property, having 4 or 5 cars. You'd have made a lot of money off rap. Had your kids running around. You ain't get to experience none of that. You ain't never get to experience none of that. Going to see Johnny Dane, getting jury. Eliante getting jury. Doing songs with all the niggas who turned right now and rapping. Doing shows. Fucking on hold. Ryan Momo. You supposed to be doing all that. Now you doing 80-year flat, day for day. They're making you do an 80-year flat, day for day. Everybody, not some, not half, but everybody in the courtroom agreed that you do 80 years. And that shit probably ain't gonna hit you until you about 38 or whenever you get tired of the gang life. Whenever you get tired of that, whenever you get tired of the jail life, the prison life, you done did everything already. Now, motherfuckers don't care that you take care no more. Cause now you so much older. You 45. They don't give that you Tay K. They don't even acknowledge that. Like they don't even remember that. The whole new generation gonna be in there. They ain't gonna know who no Tay K is. You see what I'm saying? So and you can't even go up for parole until you about 60 plus years old. The people that you deleted, they family, they probably be dead and gone. You ain't even gonna know what letter who to write to. They gonna be in the nursing home, and by the time you 60, if you 20 plus, they gotta be 40. So by the time you're parole, man, all of them gone. Shh. So you're gonna have to write letters to them saying that you're a changed man, and then after they pass, whoever coming up after them, you gotta write letters to them. And that's even if they wanna even hear your apology or they even care that you're a changed man. Man. But it's a lot of young niggas though that's catching these hats. They catching the wrong hats. They just wilding out. They just not no Tay K. But they in everybody's neighborhood, everybody's hood. And they'll flash out by anything. A parking spot, they'll flash out and cut up and start busting that bitch. You stepped on my shoe. You hit my girl. Any little smaller thing that they can rise above on, they gonna crash out by this shit. Cause they feel like every situation got to go to their gun. Yeah, they got these choppers, they got these Dracos, they got these switches, they finna use them. First problem that come across them, they using it. It could be a car wreck, they using it. Yeah, so it's a Tay K in everybody's city. He wilding out now. He facing a couple hats and he facing 130 years, 120 years. He just looking crazy. Yeah, man. Like, but you know, like I say, you ain't had your daddy, you ain't had your mama. Then when you got sent off and they took you from your parents, they ain't really help you. So you ain't had no guidance, you ain't had no OGs, but you had a gun though. You had a gun. You didn't go on no money drills. It was like all that shit you did was for no reason. You don't really get no rank for that. Really none. Because there ain't nobody as far as like that you can get rank from. Now you got rank from Satan, but that's it. On land, you ain't gonna get the reward for that. Gang and them, whatever set you claim, they don't be proud of that. Like they don't mean nothing to the gang culture. So like you doing all that time, 80 years, you could have went up in the bank and did about 10 to 15 years. At least you would have been on the money play or did some scamming shit. But an 80 ball, somebody that don't matter to the streets, two people that don't matter to the streets, they don't matter to the culture, nothing. You can't really brag on it. You could just say, I got two hats. But them two hats right there don't mean nothing though. They just fitted hats. Or snapbacks. They don't mean nothing. What's y'all thoughts on this situation right here with Tay K? Like I say, 80 years, man. So many young niggas that's gonna be facing that same time or even more, or a life sentence. There's somebody riding in the car right now, finna get on some Tay K shit. He ready to catch a body. He itching. But ain't got no structure. Ain't never had no real love. What can we do to, switch their mind frame? Because you can tell them all the good game. Yeah, and no matter who talk to them. Bloggers, rappers, Wallow, they daddy, whoever. They ain't going for it. They ain't trying to change. They want to figure this shit out on their own. They want to handle shit on their own. And this would be the results, though. So, man, I don't know. What's the right move to tell these dudes? What can make somebody that's 16, 17, 18 is itching for bodies? What can make them not itch no more? What can make them not itch no more? Like, What can make them not be so angry? Because you ain't gonna be able to tell them to put the guns down. They ain't gonna do that. Even if they ain't had no beef, they still want to tote them bitches because it just feel like power when you tote them. So yeah, like they still gonna tote them. So do we say some gonna make it, some not? Is it that? Is it the rappers? Is it the movies? Is it the video games? Is it all that put in one? Do they gotta experience certain situations and then they can learn? Because everybody can't get no OGs around them. Everybody can't get no good father talk. Everybody can't get no good mama talk. Or whoever that's in their life, uncles and them, they can't get that. They ain't got that. It ain't set up that way. So do we say the ones that's gonna crash out, they're gonna crash out? The ones that really want something, they're gonna get it. Because it seems like just preaching and giving them the game, that shit right there, it could be from a guy that's in it like them. He up 10 by they still ain't gonna listen. You know, they always say, if you ain't doing what they doing, they ain't gonna respect it. Man, I guess respect don't really mean nothing. It don't change their way. Because you can, dudes that got bodies, dudes that's in their lifestyle, that gang bang, they got high rank, they talk to these dudes. They be talking to them sometimes. It still don't work. It still don't work. So I guess they got to go through this shit, man. The ones that's got to go through it, they got to go through it. It is what it is. So y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that comment section. Y'all follow me on IG, the_gang_spitter. Y'all donate to the channel, $Dagamespitter704. He was with him. Gone.